our way over to our display. Now, when you first set it up and power it on for the first time, you'll basically come into this particular display. So what you can do is you can just go and click on the display, and you can go and set up the language that you basically want. So in this case, you can choose whatever language that you want here, and then you can go and click on this bottom, arrow. Now, when you go and start kind of going through this process, you'll start to see that it's going to start kind of setting things up randomly for you. You can go and choose the country that you want. In this case, so I'll just go and click on continue, but you can kind of configure the country. Now, if you want to kind of utilize any of these particular accessibility options, you can go and specify that here. So if you want vision, motor, hearing, cognitive, you can go and kind of choose those whichever way you want. Then the next box will basically show you all the Wi-Fis that are available, and you can just choose whatever Wi-Fi connection you want. And then this next box will show you software updates. So if there's a software update available, it'll show you here. In this case, I'll just go ahead and skip it, but you can choose whether you want to update your software or not. In this case, I'll just click update later. Now, data and privacy. This is where you can go and kind of specify your data and privacy options. So if you want to migrate your data from a different machine to your new one, you can go and do that here. So you can choose whether you want to go ahead and actually, within your migration assistant, you can see how you want to transfer your information. So you can go and transfer from a Mac that's already existing, or from a time machine backup or startup disk. From a Windows PC, you can choose whichever one you want. In this case, I'll just go and skip it because I'm not going to do either one, so I'm going to click Not Now. But you can go and migrate your data from a different Mac or a different Windows PC to your new one. Now, this is where you want to sign in with your Apple account. In my particular situation, I'm just going to skip it just for the basis of this video. But you want to go ahead, and I would recommend you to sign in with your Apple account. If you don't have an Apple account, I'd recommend creating one. This is how you can go and start utilizing basically things like the App Store, iMessage, all those cool things, even Apple Intelligence. You'll need an Apple account. So make sure you go and create a new Apple account in order to actually utilize it. But like I said, in this case, I'll just set up later, and I'll skip it and just move on with this. Now, this is where you just basically agree to their terms of service. So if you want to, you can go ahead and read through it. In this case, I'll just go and click on agree. Now, this is where you can start creating your computer's account. So you can go through and kind of say whatever you want the full name to be. So if I just want it to be like a user account, user. If you want a password, you can set it up. I don't think there's a way to do it without it yet. You have to type in a password. So type in the password that you want and then click on continue. And then you can enable your location services. So if you want to, you can enable them. In this case, I'll just keep it on, but I'd recommend you to go and enable them for the most part. Now, next up, you can select your time zone. In this case, I'm kind of more on the Eastern side, so I'll go and choose something like, New York. So I'll click on continue. I usually do not share my analytics with Apple, so I just toggle this off. But you can toggle it on, but it's just more background stuff. I typically keep it off. Your screen time, this basically allows you to go and get a weekly report of insights and stuff of how much you're using your screen and how much you're using your Mac. If you want to, you can keep it on. In this case, I'll just go and click on continue, and I'll keep it off. Now, this is where I'd recommend keeping it on. If this is your main computer and you want to utilize all the things between your device, then enabling and keeping on Siri might be a really good option for you. So click on continue. You can kind of just let it choose for you, and it kind of scares you. And then what we can do after is we can go and click on it not now here. I go and click on continue, and then you can choose your look. So you can have it auto, you can have it light. I typically keep mine light, and then you can go and click on continue, and you're ready to go. You've now set up your Mac for the very first time if this is your first M4 Mac, and then you come into the home screen. So I already have like 20 videos on how to break down this home screen for the most part. It's pretty basic. You have your status bar up here, control toggles, and more data up here. You have your dock at the bottom that you can go and kind of monitor and check all your data out and everything like that. App Store, settings, the big apps you're going to use. If you hop into settings, you can always get access to all your information here. And if you're ever wanting to update your Mac, you can always click on General, click on Software Update, and you can go through and update your Mac in this way. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. The M4 Mac Mini is a really, really good Mac, and I'm glad you picked it up because it has so much power, it has so much capability. And even with this base model that I got, 16 gigabytes of RAM, the standard one, I'm actually very surprised so far about how powerful this thing is, at least from the reports that I've seen online. This is the first time I've set it up. So I can tell you right now, there's a lot of capability behind this thing. I really like the design of the M4 Mac. So if this is your first Mac, welcome to the whole entire, Mac lineup. If this is your 10th Mac, then, welcome back home. So that's kind of all you have to do to really start setting up your Mac. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.